What's going on, people? Back once again for another members only live stream. Want to give a big shout out to the money team. Yeah, membership has its privileges, one of which is we'll get together and do some of these members only live streams. And let me do this thing over here real quick. Let me see. Actually, you know what, guys? You know what? I think I have let everybody slide in here on this one. Hold on. Let me check. Let me check something real quick. Let me check something. I think that put a 1 in the chat real quick if you can hear me okay. Let's see who's in here today. This looks a little different. Looks a little different. We may have some people trying to slide in that aren't actually members of the channel. So look, we may actually go ahead and make this a an open live stream for everybody. Shout out to Barry the Sabine King. Hit me with the 1. And let me just double check. We have Mark Scott. What's going on? Shout out to Mark Scott. Haven't seen you in a minute. Really appreciate you for tuning in. All right. So far, it looks like there's only members in here, but there's something about this stream that looks a little different. I'm just checking to see. Who else do we have in the chat? I see we have about 10 people in here so far. Greg Blakely gave it away. Greg Blakely gave it away. Hey, guys, listen. This was supposed to be a members only live stream. You see your partner, I'm not suited and booted with my normal attire for my live streams. But what we'll do, I guess we'll go ahead and give you guys a sneak peek about, with some of the things that we do in the members only live streams. How about it, guys? Looks like everybody's going to be welcome for this one. So what we're going to do is, as you guys can see, this is going to be kind of an informal live stream because that is the way we do things over here whenever we get into the members only live stream. So the other thing that I'll do, what we can do, I'll go ahead and drop the link and everything so you guys can pretty much see how we handle things. If any of you are kind of thinking about becoming a member to the channel, I see we have some people in here that are not members. So if you are not a member of the channel, put not a member or something like that. I just want to get an idea of who we have tuning in. I know some people are going to be catching it on the replay, but what we're going to do today, as you guys know, I have always been mentioning these sales that go on. And with these sales, I put the links in the description for the products that I use. So that way, anything that you're interested in, you guys can get a chance to get those things at a discount. Also, I kind of pass it along to the money team, to the members of the channel. So right now, I did receive a package from Tackle Warehouse. And remember, I put discount links in the chat, guys. So we're just going to do a quick unboxing. And then if anybody has any topics or anything you guys want to talk about, then we can go ahead and have at it. Like I said, this is going to be an informal live stream. Want to give a big shout out. We have Fishing for Dollars in the chat. Does anybody know why Fishing for Dollars is getting a special shout out today? Does anybody know? I'm going to be looking in the chat. Does anybody know why Fishing for Dollars is the man of the hour? What did Fishing for Dollars do today, guys? Does anybody know? Let me see. Let me just change a few things in here real quick. Get that changed around. Let's see. Don't need that for right now. All right, let's see. Did anybody get it? Did anybody get it? Why is Fishing for Dollars the man of the hour for this evening's live stream? All right, shout out to Big Ivy. Hit me with the 1. Let me know everything is looking good and sounding good. All right. DL Peck says, hey, money. What's up, everyone? All right, there we go. I see you guys coming in with it. But let's just slide back up here real quick. Like I said, this is going to be a very informal live stream, guys. This is just really an unboxing. It was originally set up to be a members only live stream, but it looks like we have some other people sliding in. So you guys will get to see what we do kind of behind the scenes with the members only. I won't give away too many of the secrets, guys, about the Bass for Cash and all that and some tips on how you can win that. But want to give a big shout out to Fishing for Dollars. Said he just got home. Maybe he was out spending some money because let's see who got it first. Who got it first? DL Peck says he won that money. That is right. Fishing for Dollars. How much did you win today? Fishing for Dollars. What was the jackpot that you won? Crockett says, did he win and donate part of it? Yes, sir, he did. So that was a real special win because he put $20 of his payout back to the channel, and he also purchased 2 memberships for 2 lucky people. I don't know if they're in here right now, but if you are in the chat and you received a membership from Fishing for Dollars, give him a shout out. Let him know that you're thankful. But there we go. So Clint Perry says he won the cash for bass. That's right. He won bass for cash, which paid him some cash for that bass. But he donated it back to the channel, guys. Big shout out to Fishing for Dollars. All right, Bear This a Bean King says, oh, yeah, he won a little money. Has anybody else in the chat? Has anybody else won bass for cash? I see it. I see at least one person in here who's won. And if you won, put how much you won in the chat. All right, Ken, we have Ken. He says, been a long time. I've been busy. What's going on, Ken? Yeah, top water season is over now, but I know you still want that fluke. You still think it's fluke season, right? Will they still hit that fluke, Ken? All right, Big Ivy says he won that money. That is true. Fishing for Dollars said, oh, yeah, I hit that $30 jackpot. All right, so yeah, and actually, I was about to say it started back over, but it did not start back over because he donated $20 of that back into the pot. So we'll see. I may ease out there tomorrow, guys. Like I said, this is a very informal live stream. So let me just pull up my the weather report for tomorrow, and let's see. Maybe we'll get out there and see if somebody can. Bears the Sabine King. I see what he's talking about in here. All right, so I'm just gonna check the weather tomorrow. So right now the temperatures have definitely dropped. You guys have seen that those water temps are getting down low. The plan for today was to go out there and throw that crankbait. I really wanted to, just find that crankbait bite, which may take a minute. I may go out there and have to cover a lot of water before I run up on where those fish are actually active and biting the crankbait. And you guys saw that Chicken Hawk put out that challenge to me, so I couldn't let it slide. I had to get him. I had to get him with the shaky head. I had to bust him in the head with the shaky head and took that $20 bill from him. So today's live stream out on the water, guys, was a very, very fun one. All right, let's see. So for tomorrow, whoa, the low is 27. So tomorrow's going to be a cold one. Tomorrow's going to be a cold one. Let me look at the hourly report. So today what I did is I waited till around 12 o'clock when it warmed up a little bit. Because, yeah, I can go out there and hit the lake when it's cold like that, but I prefer not to. Oh, my goodness. At 11 p.m., it is going to be 29 degrees. Let's see wait a minute, that's a.m. Hold on, I went a little too far. Let me back up just a little bit. All right, Thursday, 12 p.m., 47 degrees. Okay, so maybe we can go out there and do a 12 to 2, 12 to 1, something like that. It'll be 47 degrees, 46 degrees, somewhere around in there. That's not too bad. So, yeah, we'll head out there for another session of bass for cash. See if anybody wants to win a little bit more money today. But big shout out to Fishing for Dollars. He won the bass for cash payout today. So we'll be back out there again, guys. And I don't know if you guys know. Does anybody know how many views that the Bass for Cash live stream got from today? Does anybody know? And if you don't know, look it up real quick and put it in the chat. I want to see how many views did the Bass for Cash live stream get today, guys? Because we're growing. There's a lot of people taking note, guys. All right, Vernon Neal says, what's good, Money Bass? Not a member of the money team, but a longtime subscriber. That's right. Shout out to Vernon Neal. So, yeah, Vernon, this was supposed to be a members only live stream. That's why it's kind of informal. You see, I'm not suited and booted up. I'm just in here relaxing with the guys and gals of the chat. But yeah, so you guys kind of get to see some behind the scenes things today, and we're going to do this unboxing. I've been telling you guys about a lot of good products and sales and things that have been going on. So I'm going to do this unboxing in just a second, but you guys know, I always like getting into the chat, hanging out with you guys and see what you've been talking about. Shout out to Fishing for Dollars, Crockett giving a shout out. All right. So Bear the Sabine King. Yes, he did win. He won a $50 payout, and he won it the same day where somebody won a $40 payout. So I think Barry the Sabine King emptied out the payout. He took all the funds, but we had a sponsor step in and throw some funds right back into that pot and start it back over. And somebody snatched that pot up. So that was a good day. We had 2 winners in one day. But right about now, I'm going out there for maybe 1 to 2 hours because it's kind of cold out there, guys. I'm not staying out there too long. So I go out there. I'll just focus on getting 1 or 2 fish to the boat. See if you guys can win that cash, which Fishing for Dollars, it only took him 1 guess. And I told you guys, you have to make it count. because I may not be staying out there that long. And he did. Shout out to Greg Blakely. He says, not Chicken Hawk. Oh, yeah. Chicken Hawk showed up today in the live stream. He tried to disrupt it. Is there anybody here that did not see the on the water live stream today? Put I didn't see it or I did not see it. If you are watching right now and you did not see the on the water live stream today, just want to get an idea, because I'll pull up a clip and play it. But if everyone in here says they have seen it, then I probably won't pull it up. But if there's anyone who did not see the on the water live stream, just put I did not see it. And I'm going to pull up a highlight clip from that, because it was a good one. Today was, I would say today was one of the had a little more fun on this one than usual, because of Chicken Hawk hopping in here and kind of challenging your partner. How he's gonna hop in here and challenge me on my own live stream? All right, let's see. Ken says now is a great time to parallel the bank with a buzz bait. All right, so the water temps out there today were around 56 degrees. What do you think, Ken? Do I still need to parallel that bank with a buzz bait? What do you think? Or should I go ahead and start cranking? What do you think, Ken? Cranking or buzz bait? All right, let's see. Bill Meek says the wind is going to pick up again tomorrow too. Let me just check the wind. Let's see. Will it give me a wind report? Guys, I did not see that. I really appreciate that, Bill Meeks, giving me that heads up. So the wind, the wind's going to be up around 13, around 12 o'clock. It's going to be around 13 miles an hour winds. Okay. I may have to hide in some coves or something, guys. I'll figure it out. We'll go out. I'll still squeeze it in there and see if anybody wants to win a little bit of cash for bass. And tomorrow is Thursday. I generally like closing it out on Fridays too. So let's see what Friday is like. If Friday looks like a repeat of tomorrow. The low is going to be 28 degrees with a high of 42 degrees. So we may go out there around the same time, put in about 2 hours worth of work, get 1 or 2 fish to the boat, see if anybody wants to win this cash for bass. All right. Let's see. Bear This Bean King says the talking fish was hilarious. Today was the best one yet. Oh man. So yeah, you guys want me to clip that out. So I'll do that for you. All right. Pale Rider says, I already got a delivery from Chicken Hawk's Money. Oh my goodness. That is right. Did you see when I had everybody putting in there, thanks, Chicken Hawk? Man, he was fuming. He was steaming. He was like, I am going to destroy you. So he is out for revenge. All right. So Ken says, I did not. I was deer hunting. Okay. Shout out to Ken. Did you get anything today, Ken? Were you deer hunting or deer relaxing? And do you fish? Do you deer hunt from a stand or how do you do it? How do you get out there and do your deer hunting? All right. Crockett says, I came in late, did not see the fish caught. All right. So yeah, I'll go ahead and do the replay and just play. There's probably like 3 or 4 highlights that I'll show you guys. And like I said, this was intended to be a members only live stream. So I'll go ahead and play those highlights for you guys today too. All right. Let's see. Greg says, I've been having luck with lipless and a DT8. All right, a lipless and a DT8. Yeah, I've been kind of wanting to get this crankbait bite going, guys. All right, let's see. Tony says, I didn't see it. I was sleeping. All right, Tony, you were sleeping on the job. The job is cash for bass. You should have got that cash for some bass, but Fishing for Dollars already took it. All right, Mark Scott. Shout out to Mark Scott, guys. He is a long-time member and subscriber of the channel. If you take a look next to Mark's name, you'll notice that his badge is different from just about everyone else's in the chat, because he is a long-time member, a long-time supporter of the channel. So big shout out to Mark Scott. And for anybody that is just tuning in, this is just an informal, laid back, relaxed. It was going to be a members only live stream, but it looks like I went ahead and invited everybody in. So you're going to see some of the behind the scenes stuff. All right. Vernon Neal says, I didn't see it. Okay. So yeah, I'll definitely go ahead and play it. You guys are definitely getting active in the chat. Let's see if I can get caught up real quick. Ken says, yes, sir. The buzz bait is good now till 40 degrees. Trust me. All right, let's do this. So tomorrow I will be out there for 1 to 2 hours. Let's go ahead and start a poll. So we're going to take a vote. And if I was going to throw one bait for the entire time that I am out there, guys, do you want it to be a crankbait or do you want it to be a buzz bait? All right. So let's see. So should I throw a crankbait or a buzz bait? All right. So should I throw a buzz bait? Make sure I got my spelling right. I think I did. All right. So we'll go with buzz bait or crankbait, guys. And remember, if I don't catch a fish, you don't get a chance to win. You don't. So I have to catch a fish first. So which bait do you think I should throw to definitely get a fish to the boat tomorrow? So what I'm really wanting to do is just pick up one rod, one reel, and just run with it. Just roll with it. You know, I do need to keep my shaky head on deck just in case I get the urge to kind of toss over there or something. But the pole is up and running. So what do you guys think? Make sure you vote on that poll. It is in the chat. So do you think I should throw a buzz bait or a crankbait if I am only going to throw one bait for 1 to 2 hours straight? And I definitely need to get at least 1 to 2 fish in the boat so we can do bass for cash. What do you guys think? All right, Mark Scott, he says, definitely cranking with my custom painted crankbaits. Okay. All right. I wish there was a way I could pull it up. So we, and actually, Mark Scott, if you want to come up and show some of those crankbaits, I can pull you up. Let me do this. Let's see. I'm gonna go ahead and drop the call-in link. If any of you guys want to come in, I can pull you up. Yeah, I'd like to see some of those custom crankbaits. Mark, let's see, call-in link. So I'm gonna put this call-in link in the chat. So if any of you want to come up, maybe you want to talk about today's bass for cash, or just whatever's on your mind. So anybody that is just tuning in that is not a member of the channel, this is how we do things for the members only. So I dropped the call-in link. We'll come up, just kind of discuss, talk about different topics or whatever. Greg Blakely says water temp in North Carolina is 52. Been fishing bridges and rocks. Man, I don't feel like running to a bridge though. It's kind of cold out there. If you guys have noticed, I'm not really doing much running these days. All right, Steve Dorsey says I was under the weather today. Missed most of the live on the water today. Okay, I won't miss tomorrow, and I will win. Steve Dorsey says, hey, I'm gonna get that cash. All right, shout out to Ken. He says you need to throw a white 1/4 ounce buzz bait. You would say a white 1/4 ounce. I have it's a chartreuse one is the one that I have tied on right now. All right, let me see. Greg says that was a great day. All right, Ken says I hunt from my truck. I have a handicap permit. How do you hunt from a truck? How do you do that? Do you like hide the truck and cover it up with camouflage with branches and stuff like that, or how does that work? Okay, you said I have a handicap permit. Okay. And you said you do some bear hunting too, right? But yeah, how does that work? I've never heard anybody say that before. All right, Fishing for Dollar says I love a good dog drive myself. All right, so you a dog drive. Are you talking about hunting with hunting for deer? Is that what that is? Vernon Neal says DL Peck Fishing. What's happening, bro? All right, yeah, make sure you guys always get in the chat and network. Want to give a big shout out to the members of the money team. Those are the members of the channel. So if you guys take a look, you will see the majority of the people in the chat right now are members. They have the badges next to their name, and that number next to it, whether it's a number 1 like Crockett, or you see somebody like let's see, who else do we have in here? Or Stephen Dorsey. He's been a member for 6+ months. Or you may see one of the big dogs in the chat, like Big Ivy, like Mark Scott. They have a badge that nobody else has because they have been members of the channel for well over a year, at least a year. Could have been 2 years, 3 years. But yeah, they are longtime subscribers and members of the channel. All right, let me see. Where was I at? All right, Big Ivy says, been there, done that. All right, let me see. Stephen Dorsey says the water temp here is 45 degrees. Ken says throw that buzz bait. Greg says crankbait. Tony says both. Just throw both. All right, we'll see. Ken says bigger fish on a buzz bait. So remember, for bass for cash, we just need those fish to be 14 inches or better. And remember, when you go for those bigger fish, sometimes you may strike out and get nothing. So do you guys want me to be all in tomorrow and go for a bigger fish, or do you want me to get something that I can bring to the boat so you have a chance to win bass for cash? Because that's what we're talking about. So either way, I'm out there fishing. So whether I'm catching fish or not, it's still fun for me, guys, as long as it's not too cold. But yeah, so I'm gonna be out there either cranking. Candace want me to throw that buzz bait. Ooh wee. I got to think about it. But let's take a look and see. Hopefully you guys have been participating in the poll. Right now, should I throw a crankbait or a buzzbait tomorrow for bass for cash? Buzzbait is sitting at 31%. buzzbait is not winning. Crankbait is sitting at 69. All right. So in the chat, if you are choosing the crankbait, which one do you think has the potential to catch more fish between that buzzbait or crankbait? All right. So buzzbait or crankbait, which one is going to catch more? All right. Ken says, I mean, crankbait is good too, but I like the buzzbait this time of year. Oh, yeah. I know that buzzbait will get some big ones. All right. Vernon Neal says, I work nights. Hard to catch those on the water live, but crankbait for sure. All right. Barry the Sabine King says, throw Ott's Garage Deep Tiny 7. Great little bait I found. I don't have any of those. I don't have any. All right. Crockett says, deer are colorblind. What are you guys talking about? About deer hunting? All right, let's see. Fish for Dollar says, yeah, dog drive deer. Home is South Carolina. Okay, yeah, that's where my relatives are from. That's where I'm from, South Carolina. We call it South Kakalaki, right there at the border, a little town called Westminster. Have you heard of that before, Fishing for Dollars? All right, Steve Wimpy says, Money, what's good, bro? Bass for cash tomorrow for sure. All right, yeah, Wimpy's going to be out there doing his thing. Shout out to the whip stick. All right, let's see. Fishing for Dollar says, live in Johnny Morrisville now. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Crockett says where you're from. All right. Fisherman Dollar says Columbia. All right. See you guys in here. Shout out to DP. I tried to give you a call. What's going on, partner? Are you doing all right? I was trying to check on you. All right. Let's see. Fisherman Dollar says headed to Clarks Hill in March. Okay. All right. Let's see. Big Ivy. What is Big Ivy talking about? All right. I'm going to go through a few more of these messages. Then we're going to go ahead and do the unboxing, guys. Right after the unboxing, then I'm going to pull up some of these highlights from today's Bass for Cash. Now, if you did not see today's Bass for Cash, like you said, Barry the Sabine King knows. He said, oh, yeah, this was one of the better ones. All right, so the crankbait is still taking off. So the poll that is currently active, should I throw the crankbait or buzzbait tomorrow for Bass for Cash? 75% of you are saying crankbait. And you know, I'll hold them up before I decide which one we're going to use. I'll hold them up and let you guys pick the color. Today you chose that color, the one with the red in it, but I was thinking that chartreuse and kind of like a brownish green pumpkin, something like that color to it. All right, let's see. Crockett says Clarks Hill is awesome. Oh yeah, I won on Clarks Hill some years back. Had a 8.5 pound kicker on Clarks Hill, so that definitely has some big fish in it. Ken says, I promise the buzzbait is killer. I wasn't wrong on the fluke or the top water both times. You listened, you caught fish. That is right. That is right. When I tied on that fluke, I did catch. It was probably close to a 4-pounder on that fluke, and then I caught that nice, and it was a big one on that top water. I think that was either a Sammy or may have been a gunfish. So Ken knows his stuff. Ken was right. He's been calling some shots lately. All right, Bassins with Big Malone. What's going on? Good to see you in the chat. Yeah, so this is just an informal live stream. Just decided to originally planned to do a members only live stream, but it looks like, you know, I may have opened it up to everybody. So I'm just kind of letting you guys see some of the behind the scenes stuff. All right, Fishing for Dollar says, how about them? Are y'all watching watching some sports or something like that? You know, I mean, if you're a member of this channel for a while, you know, I don't even watch basketball, football, any of that stuff. So I don't really keep up with it. And Chicken Hawk really loves getting on me about it because I was at what was it? The Bayou Classic. I was in the VIP suites. What was that, last weekend? Just this past weekend. I was in the VIP suites, sending Chicken Hawk and a few of the other guys pictures of me up in the VIP suites, and they were heated. They were like, man, you don't even watch football. How did you get in there? We want to be there. All right, let's see. Tony says, I'm finished hunting for the year out of tags. All right, so is that deer hunting? You have to have tags for deer hunting or something like that? I've never been a deer hunter before, but hey, what if you get hungry and you don't have any tags? You want to go out there and get you get you something for lunch. All right, Vernon Neal said, let me see, all is well. All right, there we go. All right, so let's go ahead and crack this baby open and see what I got. See if I got anything that any of you would actually think about getting. Let me just move some of this stuff out of the way real quick. All right, so this is the unboxing for some of the latest things that I have bought. And like I said, right after this, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from today, because today, I have to say, today was a good day. Had a good time out there on the lake. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. Big shout out to everybody that was contributing to the channel. I mean, there were a lot of people hitting the channel up with the cash apps, with the super chats, with the gifting of memberships. Shout out to Justin White. He gifted a few memberships. So maybe there's some of you new members of the channel that are in here. All right. So here we go, guys. Let's see what we got. All right. So I had to stock up on this, and I bought this now. Can you guys see that? That is some G juice. I get the big 64 ounce because I just use this to refill my let me see. I wish I had a stand or something I could put it on. But yeah, so there we go. I got that G juice. Generally, I use this for the summertime. And so I just want to be ready whenever the heat picks up. But now, you know, I've been fishing a lot of lives. So the tournaments that we do are catch, weigh, and release. Shout out to the Battle of the Anglers. For those of you who know about the Battle of the Anglers. All right, let me just go ahead and take the rest of this stuff out of the box. And then we can go through it. So I bought some of this stuff because I wanted to start getting ready for some of these different techniques. Just wanted to start trying something a little different. Just make sure we cleared everything out of there. All right, so there we go. So that is gone. So yeah, so this is just another supply of baits that I just bought. So check it out, guys. Does anybody know what those are? And I think I told you a few days ago that I was going to be trying these out. So I have the rod, the reel, the line. I have everything set up, but I just needed the baits to throw on there. So I'm going to be throwing these on a spinning reel, 7-foot medium rod, and I'm going to be throwing this with a, let's see, I bought 2 different size jig heads. So I got a 1/4 ounce and I have a 3/16. So there we go, guys. That is the 1/4 ounce. Man, those might be a little heavy for some 6-pound line. What do you think? So I'll probably start out throwing these 3/16. Going to be heading towards the ditches, guys. But there we go. I told you guys I was going to try out these things called a mooch minnow. Crush City mooch minnow. So I bought 2 packs of those because I have a setup that I have dedicated to that. So man, you know what? I really do want to throw these tomorrow. I want to start getting used to fishing these, especially when you get something new. When you get a new toy, you want to try it out. But so I got these right here, the mooch minnows, and then I got the VMC hybrid swim jigs to go with that. And I bought a 3/16, and then I bought a 1/4 ounce. So that just really is going to be based on what water depth that I'm going to be fishing. Yeah, man, you guys know I like fishing offshore, and I really do want to start trying these out. It's making me rethink my plans for tomorrow. Okay, and then another thing that I picked up are some wacky. There we go. Finesse titanium guard wacky rig. Actually, wacky head for my wacky rigs. Gamakatsu. All right, so there we go. And these things are pretty expensive. The only reason that I continue to buy these is because a few years, but well, actually, it's been several years now. Whenever I was fishing a wacky rig, I was losing fish. And I noticed that the gap on here. So if you take a look from the distance of the hook to that to the head on there, I like the distance on there. I like that wide gap. So I was fishing for Angler of the Year, and I think it was the final tournament, and I knew that I was going to need a wacky rig that I could depend on that had a higher hookup ratio. So I spent a lot of time just looking at a whole bunch of different wacky rig jig heads, and I did not want these to be the ones that I ended up liking the most because they were the most expensive. These things were like $10 just for 3. Man, that was expensive and still is expensive, but right now they're on sale. So that's why I went ahead and bought like 2 or 3 more packs of them. But I do not use these whenever I'm practicing. I only use these during tournament season whenever I'm fishing a tournament. But because hookup ratio doesn't matter as much whenever I'm out there practicing or playing around. But for tournament day, I needed something that would get the fish to the boat, and that actually did it for me because I ended up getting a fish that I mean, it went airborne on me a few times, and it still hung in there. And so since then, I was like, yeah, I got to go ahead and stick with it. If it's time, if it's clutch time, and I need to get the fish to the boat, that's why I go ahead and keep those wacky rigs. But there we go, guys. So this is what I got. Those wacky rigs. I'm gonna try out these Crush City mooch minnows. Does anyone in the chat, has anybody been fishing these or had any success with the Crush City mooch minnow or the minnow style baits that you see a lot of people using with forward facing sonar? So that's why I got those. I want to start testing out that style of fishing. I do use my Mega Live whenever I'm out there on the lake. Not all the time, just depends on which lake I'm fishing. But I've seen people have a lot of success, obviously, on those minnow baits. So that's why I wanted to get those. All right, so the crankbait is still taking off, guys. So right now, should I throw the crankbait or buzzbait tomorrow for Bass for Cash? And remember, I need to get a fish to the boat. So if you guys are picking buzzbait or crankbait, keep in mind, which one do you think I have a higher probability of getting a fish to the boat with? Because if I go out there, I may listen to you guys and just throw it the entire 1 to 2 hours that I'm out there and just cover water the entire time. All right, so let's see. Let's hop back into the chat real quick. And the next thing I told you guys I was going to do was just pull up a few clips from today's Bass for Cash. Shout out to Fishing for Dollars. Walked away with the $30 prize, but actually donated it back to the chat. So everybody give Fishing for Dollars a round of applause. Put F4. What is it? Fishing for Dollars. Put Fishing for Dollars in the chat. Fishing for and the dollar sign. I think I saw somebody put it in there like that. All right, let's see. Where were we at in the chat? All right, so Darren Pearson, he's saying throw a rattle trap. All right, so he's saying hit him in the mouthpiece with a trap. All right, Fishing for Dollar says headed to Clarks Hill in March. Okay, Clarks Hill is definitely a good lake. Clarks Hill is awesome. All right, let's see. Let me slide down a little bit further. All right. Barry the Sabine King says, you was down my way. We could have hit the water. And where's that? Oh, yeah, that is right. That is right. I was down there for the Bayou Classic. Down there eating some of that good old gumbo. All right, let's see. Fishing for Dollar says great stream today. Oh yeah, today was I bet you think it was a great stream because you won the cash today. All right, Vernon Neal says crankbait for more fish, buzz bait for bigger fish. All right, so let's see. So yeah, we're at crankbait 79%. All right, let's see. Ready? Let me see. I'm ready to do a battle this spring. Okay, all right. Let's see. Barry Sabine King, Mooch Minnows. All right, DL Peck, he says, hopefully you enjoyed the halftime show at the Bayou Classic. Oh, yeah, it was good. It was decent. Got to see the bands and everybody do their thing. All right, so Crockett says use the mooch. So you want me to use that mooch minnow? I'm kind of wanting to get out there and test it out, guys. But what I'm wanting to do, what I'm thinking I want to try it out with is go and start fishing the ditches. Throw that mooch minnow out there, let it just fall all the way to the bottom and just shake it and fish it real slow back to the boat for those fish that are down in the ditches. So that's one of the things I want to try out with it too. But man, I don't know. I guess I'm not going to do it tomorrow. We're going to, right now, you guys are voting for the crankbait. So it looks like with crankbait is at 80% right now. So it looks like we may do the crankbait. All right, Crockett says those look good. Oh yeah, those mooch minnows do look good. All right, Big Ivy says I just got all that in the VMC. You think like me. All right, yeah, Big Ivy, you're always getting something. All right, let's see how far behind we are on the chat. All right, Crockett says if it ain't broke, don't fix it, money. All right, so what do you mean, Crockett? What do you mean by that? If what's not broke? Are you talking about my setup that you hear me referring to as Thor's hammer all the time? Is that what you're saying? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. All right, Big Ivy says you need to start using spear point. What is that? What is spear point? All right, Ivy says, let me see. Crush City, I use Cross City all the time. You need to shop with me. All right, I see you guys shouting out Fishing for Dollars. Got us a few more members in the chat. Stephen Dorsey says, no sports but fishing. Yeah. Let me see. He says, my friends can't understand how I watch and talk fishing 24/7. Hey, yeah. I mean, yeah, I could be sitting next to one of the most famous. Well, I know a few I know about 3 or 4 maybe 3 basketball players named that are currently playing, but other than that, they could be sitting right next to me and I wouldn't know who they are. All right, let's see. Shout out to Alexandria. What's going on out there doing her thing on the chat today? All right, really, really appreciate you. All right, Barry the Sabine King says, I fish the minnows. My advice is to use the 1/8 or 1/4 ounce jig head. Keep the bait above the fish. So why did you skip the 3/16? I do have the 1/4 ounce, but I don't have the 1/8. I went with the 3/16 and the 1/4 ounce, and mainly because I fish deeper water. Whenever I plan on fishing that, I'll probably be in, I would say, 30 to 40 feet of water. So that's why I went ahead and got that 1/4 ounce also. All right, let's see. Big Ivy says, Crush City, you got the 4-inch. You should have got the 2.5 inch or the 3-inch. Let's see what size did I get. So this is the 3.5 inch. Can you see it down there? 3.5 inch mooch minnow. And both of those are the 3.5 inch. So how's about it? All right, let's see. Steve Wimpy says, CFO, did you see the items Money bought? I need the exact same thing. Oh my goodness. Let me put these up here. So yeah, so this right here, you definitely need this in the summertime. So you'll need this and sometimes a few of those ice packs. But this right here will save you during the summertime whenever you're fishing a 5-fish tournament where you're putting fish in a live well. All right, so there we go. So CFO, he's saying he needs some G juice. This is the 64 ounce. See that? This is the 64 ounce. And this is just live well treatment. For those that don't know, as you catch the fish, you just put some of this treatment in the live well, and it helps. It kind of just helps with the fish as far as keeping them healthy with the, what do they say, the slime coat, all that kind of stuff. I guess it kind of helps with the oxygen and things like that. But let's see what they say on here. It says non-toxic to humans. It detoxifies the nitrates, removes ammonia, chlorine, chloramines, and heavy metals, relieves stress, promotes healing, replaces slime coating, adds essential electrolytes. G juice is safe and recommended to be used in conjunction with the oxygenator. And I do have one of those built into my boat. All right, but there we go. So CFO, the other thing are these Crush City mooch minnows. I got those in a 3.5. And then you see somebody saying that these right here, these are the jig heads that you use for those. I got a 1/4 ounce and I got the 3/16. And somebody said you might as well get that 3/8 also. But I don't know. But yeah, so I got 2 of those Crush Cities. I got 2 packs of those. So, and actually that was all that I purchased on this go round for my last order. All right. The CFO says, I got you. All right, there we go. Crockett says, your trusty hooks. Oh yeah, they have saved me on several occasions. And when you guys saw me pull off that win in the clutch on Battle of the Anglers at Sinclair, those are the hooks I was using. All right, Greg Blake. Oh, that was the other thing. I knew it was something I was forgetting. Where did I put them at? There we go. CFO. This is the other thing that he is referring to. So those are the wacky rigs that I use. These are a little more expensive. I don't use these whenever I'm out there pre-fishing or playing around or anything. I just use those in tournaments. That's it. Because if you get hung up and break one of those off, you just watch $3 get broke off in the lake. All right, let's see. Fishing for Dollar says, need one more graph for the Camus. Guess I will wait for the Explorer units. Yeah, might as well. So would you guys say that they are phasing out the Helix units? Do you think they're phasing out Helix? If they have moved on to the Explorer, and if the new gear like the Mega Live and things that they're putting out are not compatible, would you consider that as them phasing out the Helix units if it's not compatible with new gear, new equipment that they're putting out? All right, Crockett says, helps with oxygen and stress, I think. Yep, that is true. Big Ivy says, how to get rid of friends on Sunday. They want to watch football, have every TV on fishing, and say, I got tournaments going on all. That is right. When I call some of my fishing buddies, especially Chicken Hawk, he won't even answer the phone on Sunday. And if he does, he'll be like, hey, man, the game is on. And I was like, oh, okay. And that's pretty much the end of that. All right, Fishing for Dollars says got a few Pro Air systems from an auction. Anyone want one? I got 3 extras. What is a Pro Air system? I remember you mentioned that earlier today. All right, we have Chef Boy. How do you pronounce that? Chef Boy Basquet. Am I saying that right? But Chef Boy is in the house. He says, we in here. All right, Fishing for Dollars says, oh yeah. All right, guys. So we have mentioned the Battle of the Anglers. Well, not Battle of the Anglers, the Bass for Cash from today a few times. So what I wanted to do is just pull it up and show you guys a few of the highlights real quick. And then we'll be out there tomorrow around 12 o'clock again. See if anybody's going to pull off the win. Fishing for Dollars said he only needed 1 fish to get it right. 1 fish got it right. All right, let's see, guys. All right, so here we go. This was Fishing for Dollars. So this is Chicken Hawk's bet. So this is how things played out. So first, Chicken Hawk crashed the live stream, came in there, and he put in the chat immediately, you will catch no fish, is what he told me. And so this was his, let me just make sure I got it in the right location so you guys can hear what his bet was. That is right. Cajun the Hawk said, he says, in fact, I am so sure that I got 20 that says you will have 0.00 pounds at 1 p.m. Hold on, wait a minute. Let's put an hour on it. Put the shot clock on 1 hour. Put it on 1 hour. How about that? Put it on 1 hour. Does that sound fair to everybody? So what time is it now? It is 12:07. Somebody go ahead and start the clock. All right, is that good, Chicken Hawk? By 1:07 in 1 hour, he says, make it light on yourself. He said a $20 bill. Do you guys see that? Do you see it? Alexandria, I want you to go ahead and repeat that for the folks. Do you see what Chicken Hawk is putting in this chat? And set the shot clock. Give me 1 hour on the time clock. So today is going to be a different kind of day, guys. I'm going to stomp Chicken Hawk out, and he ain't even on the lake this time. All right, so there we go. So you guys heard the bet. He came into the live stream and said that I was going to catch 0 fish in 1 hour, that I wouldn't be able to catch anything. And he bet $20 on that from home. So his goal was to beat me from home. So now that was at the very beginning of the live stream. Now here we go. Now check this part out. Oh my goodness. What is that right there? What is this right here? Chicken Hawk. Chicken Hawk. Let me ask you something. Chicken Hawk. Do you see that right there? That right there is what we call, put it in the chat. Put it in the chat. Isn't that what we call bendation? Isn't that what we call bendation right there? Oh my God. Oh my goodness. Chicken Hawk, get my Cash App ready. Get my Cash App ready because it's a good one. It's a good one. Chicken Hawk, where you at? Should I flip it on him? Should I flip it or play it safe and get the net, guys? It's pulling a little bit. Oh my goodness, and it's a good one. It's a good one. I need to get the net on him, guys. I need to get the net without him coming off. All right. Come on, baby. Oh, did you see it? Do you see it? Now, would you look at that? Just look at it. Is Chicken Hawk there? Chicken Hawk, would you look at that? Just look at that. Chicken Hawk. Oh my God. Chicken Hawk. Do you have me on the big screen? Do you see him looking at you? Hold on. I think it has something to say. Give MoneyBass his $20. Chicken Hawk. Oh my goodness. Oh man, we were having a great time out there on the lake. So yeah, there we go. So Chicken Hawk, he placed the bet and lost it just that quick. It was over, quick and easy, quick and easy. All right, so let's see. And then let's see. I'm just checking in right here. All right, so yeah, we'll go ahead and take a look and you guys can see where we weighed the fish. And this is where he won a nice $30 bill. Fish. Now I'm gonna say this fish is I'm gonna go with 176, guys. 176 is what I think this fish weighs. You guys see it is zeroed out. What did I say? 176. Let's see. Let's see how close I am, guys. Here we go. Here we go. We're about to make it official, like a referee's whistle. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Do you see that? What was I thinking? Whoa. We are locking in at 2.18. All right, so I was a little off. I was a little off on that one. All right, Steve Whip says the talking fish. Love the fish voice. Oh yeah, and you guys wanted me to clip that up too. Let's see. Look, can I go back and play it again? Let's see. Where was the talking fish at? Let's see. A 20. It just won me a 20. It's Chicken Hawk. Do you have me on the big screen? Do you see him looking at you? Hold on. I think it has something to say. Give MoneyBass his $20. Chicken Hawk. Oh yeah, we act a fool out there sometimes. We have a good time out on the lake. But yeah, so those are some highlights from today's live stream, live on the water, guys, where we do this thing we call Bass for Cash. So anybody catching this on the replay, or if you're just sliding through, don't really know what we're talking about tonight, just did a quick unboxing. This was set up to be a members only live stream, but you know, it looks like I went ahead and opened it up accidentally to everybody. So I added a few more things in here, but I didn't give away all of the members only secrets because we talk about some other things behind the scenes too. But Bass for Cash, make sure you guys tune in tomorrow. We will be out there, you know, getting another fish to the boat, 1, 2, 3, maybe, but we'll only be out there for like an hour or two because the weather is kind of cooling down. And that poll that is currently in the chat, you guys are 81% saying that you want me to throw the crankbait. Now in the chat, so we had a poll between the buzzbait and crankbait. All right, so in the chat, if there's any other bait that you think will be very productive as far as catching numbers, we don't necessarily need to catch big ones for Bass for Cash. They just need to be 14 inches or better. Do you think that there's a better bait that I should throw? Just put that in the chat. I just want to see what else you guys are saying. So we had Ken saying to throw that buzzbait. Then we had a bunch of you saying throw the crankbait. So I just want to see what anybody else has in mind. All right, Crockett says, send Chicken Hawk a copy of the clip. Oh, yeah, he's definitely going to see that. He's definitely going to see it. Bill Meek says, Billy Bass and MoneyBass. All right, so yeah, so does anybody else have any suggestions on a lure for tomorrow? If not, it looks like it may be a crankbait type of day. Big Ivy said a Carolina rig. No, I don't know if I'm going to be throwing a Carolina. I have one tied on. It's in the rod locker, but man, I used to put a hurting on with the Carolina rig, but I don't really throw it as much anymore. But I've rotated through a lot of things. All right, Crockett says the minnows look good too. Oh yeah, they definitely look good. I'm gonna go ahead and rig those up tonight, though. I'm gonna rig them up. They'll be on the boat. I might have to go ahead and break out the minnow baits. We'll see. We'll see. But make sure you guys tune in tomorrow at 12 o'clock. 12 p.m. tomorrow. I'll be back out on the lake doing that thing we call Bass for Cash. And also, make sure you send the link to these videos, to the channel, to a few other people. And if you have somebody come to the channel and start watching, make sure they let me know that you sent them. Shout out to Tom Mix. He said the shad wrap or another flat-sided crankbait. Okay. All right. So I'm planning on throwing that rock crawler, guys. I'll probably start out throwing that that one that has that more chartreuse color to it, chartreuse and browns to it. So that's probably what I'll be planning on throwing right now. But I do have some flat-sided crankbaits that I could kind of substitute out. But we'll see. We'll see. All right. So it looks like there weren't too many other we had a Carolina rig, a shad wrap, flat side, but that's still a crankbait. So yeah, it looks like tomorrow may be a crankbait type of day. So I will probably just have, you know, my Thor's hammer. Does anybody know what my setup, when I say Thor's hammer, what type of setup is that? Does anybody know what that setup is? But I'm going to have that on the deck and a crankbait, and we're going to roll with it. We're just going to be out there covering water, do a lot of talking. May not be catching many, but we only need 2. I'll be out there for maybe like an hour to 2 hours tomorrow, guys. 12 o'clock p.m. Make sure you have already set your alarms. All right, there we go. Fishing for Dollars knows. Fish for Dollars. Oh, yeah, I got paid. Thor's hammer is my friend. It got me paid. All right, shout out to Fishing for Dollars. All right, everybody, I really appreciate you for tuning in. Like I said, this is, just kind of some behind the scenes thing. I'm not suited and booted like I normally am. This was intended to be a members only live stream, but went ahead and opened it up to everybody. So yeah, you have seen some of the products that I have picked up. And remember, I put the link, the discount products link is in the description. All right, guys. All right, let's see. Alexandria says, oh yeah, I can't leave them out. Shout out to SWAT. I appreciate that because I do not shout out SWAT enough. I was just letting the whip stick know earlier, like, man, I gotta keep shouting out SWAT a little bit more. SWAT Lawn Operations. That is the current sponsor of Bass for Cash, guys. All right, so SWAT Lawn Operations is based out of Conyers, Georgia, and services all surrounding areas, all surrounding Metro Atlanta areas. For a free estimate, make sure you guys give them a call. Now they do residential and commercial. 404-423-5131. Now make sure you support those businesses that support us. That is what it's all about, guys. So yeah, put SWAT in the chat. Service with all the trimmings. All right, everybody. Really appreciate you for tuning in. Make sure you come back tomorrow. Look at Austin. Coming in saying, what did you get? Austin, did you just tune in, Austin? But I'll just hold it up real quick. So I got some G juice, but yeah, just go back and because I kind of went into a little more detail about it. And then I got some jig heads that I'm going to try it on some bait. So these are the hybrid swim bait jig heads. I got the 1/4 ounce and the 3/16. Somebody told me that I should have went ahead and tried out the 1/8. And I also got some of those Crush City Mooch minnows. All right. So that is the other thing I got. And then I also got some wacky head jig heads. All right. So there we go. All right. So shout out to Austin coming in at the last minute saying, hey, what'd you get? All right, guys. Really appreciate everybody for tuning in. We're going to head on out. We'll see you tomorrow. Really appreciate you. See you tomorrow.